What up, YouTubers? CarJunkeez in the house. Just this one's gonna be on the Transit. It's part 2. You can see the other one there on the YouTube channel, part 1. Just gonna start taking the front end off it. The idea is just to put a later engine in it. It's got a York engine in it at the minute, which are good engines. But I just want something more reliable, more modern. So yeah, so we're going to be whipping that out. Take the engine and gearbox out and the front end off. So we'll get into that shortly. And I don't know what engine. I might put a TDCI, a 2.4 TDCI in it. I really want to put a Land Rover TD5 engine in it, but it's going to be a bit of a squeeze. So I don't really want to cut the original bulkhead out or the tunnel to fit a more later engine in it, because they're rare, these, and I don't want to damage it. I want to be able to reverse what I've done in the future if need be, so I don't want to damage it. But yeah, the idea is just to convert it to a bit of a camper and tow my race car when I'm going to events, you know. So I don't know, I might keep it left-hand drive, I don't know yet, I'll see how that goes. But just rig out the back, just put a bed in it and everything. Bit dark in there. But I've emptied it on the last video. It was all full of junk and the spare engine and gearbox and loads of parts and that, so I've stored them away. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty solid thing underneath and that, and even bodywork wise it's not too bad. It's just on the, well, it's not this driver's side, but the UK driver's side in a wing. It's had a bump on the front end here, and someone's repaired it in the past, and I've looked at the inner wing underneath the arch and down underneath there, and it's pretty bad. So I'll be able to get access to that with all the engine out and everything. So I'll do a bit of work on that, tidy it up, bit of welding before I put it back together. So yeah, I'll get stuck into that then, yeah. I'll just show you that inner wing, what I'm going on about. It's all been patched up. Bit of a squeeze down here. So, see, it's had patches there where it's been smashed up. In the past, it's all corroded. It's not the best, so still dents in it and that, so I'll sort all that out. It's had a big patch there on the chassis leg, so yeah, it's not that bad. Sort that out while I'm in there, you know. So I get easy access with the engine and gearbox out anyway, so yeah. Keep it all in order on the floor there. Pretty rare, them bull noses now. It's in not bad nick, that. Bit of rust underneath. Sort that out. Nothing dead bad. Next is the radiator. Empty that. Even fit a bucket underneath without jacking it up. And they've got a drain screw in the radiator. Give it a undo. Probably won't, probably snap. Some pliers on that, I think. Well, it's draining. corrosion there, but I think I'll be relocating the battery in the back anyway, so I'll rip that plate out anyway. So you can see where it's all had patches of welding and it's all corroded and bent and rotting. Look at that, it's ugly, isn't it? So yeah, get that sorted. Now I can get to it. Just a bit crappy, all on that inner wing. Can get things a bit better now. Took all the accelerator cables off and the cold start cables, starter motor, alternator cables, just pop off dead quick. Just fuel lines and a few other cables and that now, and then exhaust and start on the mounts then and the gearbox. I think the easiest way is to split the engine from the gearbox and lift it out of the top, but I've got my block and tackle over here on this RSJ, which means I've got to push it out and turn the van round. So I'll do that, I think. Got all front end bits off there anyway altogether, so I'll put them away somewhere safe. Ginge,
Yeah,
you feeling strong? Yeah. Fancy pushing a tranny about?
Oh, yeah.
Come on then, mate. Yeah, man. Get it out, turn it round really. Rolling. Left hooker, mate.
What?
Left hooker.
Left hook, are you going to convert it?
I don't know yet. Woo! Keep going, mate.
Say when?
Booyah, mate! Fucking nice one. Wasn't that bad, that was it?
No, I got it a bit better because I was lifting the back end. Woo! Do you know the bumpers? Woo! Like that. It's well easier that because they didn't
Mate,
fit.
nice one for that.
Ah!
Way! All done, mate. Bit of help from Super Ginge.
Yeah, Super Ginge.
That's what mates are for. Right then, so turned around. Now can get that block and tackle. That's the only reason to turn it around, that, you know. Yeah. Can get that, push it back a little bit, and then we can whip the engine out. Just makes it a bit easier. Look at that. It's gonna be well easy, that, isn't it?
Yeah, man.
Whip that out, take the gearbox out separate.
All you're literally going to have to do is go
Lift
a
it
couple
out.
of inches,
Yeah.
you know, and then just push the vehicle
Yeah.
back and it'll be free.
Then I can get the gearbox out then as well. Well, get exhaust off and gearbox out. Should be alright that, shouldn't it?
Yeah, man.
Happy days. Woo! So we can see this side now it's not against that wall. So we can have a look in the side. Even though the door's on the wrong side. Don't matter though, does it? So it's quite solid. Emptied it all now, all the crap's out of it, but it's actually really solid. Just a bit of rust underneath this mat here, but I think it's just top rust that. So I'll whip the seats out, get that mat out and treat it all. So yeah, quite chuffed with that. Happy days. Got to get the bell housing bolts out. Got a couple out already. A couple of little tricky ones at the top I just had to slacken off. There she goes. Get the starter motor off now. Big donkey starter motor. Ease up. whopper, that, isn't it? Don't make them like that no more. Right, few lines now. So I think that's pretty much ready for coming out now. Got a few lines off, exhaust, bell housing bolts, starter motor, all the wiring. Don't think I've missed anything. Just undone the engine mounts. I just chucked the chain on it, ready for hooking up. So I think we'll have a go at pulling it out. So just plonk you down there. And then start pulling it out. They're dead heavy, these things. Quite big lump. Excuse me. Easy that, love working on old stuff, so easy. There it is, the old Yorkie bar. That big heavy lump then. But yeah, I want to try and get a TD5 in, like I said, see if it fits. I'll end up putting the front end back on and having a good measure. Obviously I want to put a later gearbox in it as well, because they're not the best, they're not the strongest them. So yeah, I'll get out dead easy that. So yeah, so she's out. Happy days. Get it all this to sort out all the welding and that now, dead easy. Easy access. So I think that's it for this one. Just a little short one, just thought I'd show you me ripping the engine out and that and my plans. So yeah, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos on the channel. Like and subscribe. See you in a bit.